What's up, guys? Welcome back or welcome. Today I'm breaking down the Daniel Larson lore. I'm so excited, and I think you guys should be too. It's pretty lit, if you ask me. He's not a good person, so don't go romanticizing him. But today we're breaking down his travel arc, where he goes to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Arizona, Texas, and New York. Um, so we're getting into that, and this isn't even including like that time he went to Oakland. That was probably my like the most like powerful moment for me at least. It is 1 a.m., so I need to make sure I'm being quiet to an extent. So let's get into it. I don't know why I threw that in there. If I'm a little bit muted, that's why. It's pretty late. Um, so after this fight that he had with Bob, by the way, Daniel Anderson, not a good guy. Don't go like playing around with him in the comments. Treat him like the P3DO that he is. Just don't mess with Danny, right? Um, Here's his travel map, by the way, you guys. I know you can't really see it. Hold on. I know you guys can't really see it because, oh yeah, because I drew in such a small. He has a lot of adventures going on in the southeast. You cannot see anything at all. That's bad. Um, just ignore that. So Danny is in a fight with Bob, and Bob is sort of like Daniel's like almost caretaker. He met him at what was it, Tennyson. By the way, I have a whiteboard here with a bunch of information about Danderson with all of his incidents marked down that are on the wiki. So, anyways, he met him at Tennyson, which was Daniel's home after his mom lost custody of him and before his grandma got custody. And he met Bob there, and Bob pretty much just takes care of him now. And so Bob was driving with Daniel, and Daniel was just straight the entire time. Like, he was just on his phone the whole time, and Bob was getting mad at it, and he's like, yo, Daniel, put away his phone. And Daniel, like, lost his mind at Bob. And we know this was, I don't think this was on TikTok Live, but I know we know this somehow. But anyways, by the way, all my information is from the wiki, so it's somewhat true. Um, Anywho, Bob gets so mad at Danny to the point where he sends him to Los Angeles in hopes of getting Daniel 5150'd. So if you don't know what 5150 is, states have different versions of it. In Florida, we have the Baker Act, but it's like a 72-hour involuntary psych hold. And they don't have anything like that in Colorado, and so Bob was hoping that Danny would get on that in California. Um, I don't think he ended up getting on a psych hold. He will end up in a psych facility at some point in this. Actually, I'll spoil already. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. He goes to LA, Vegas, Arizona, Texas, and New York. In Vegas, he gets into a psych facility. Um, so this all is happening on December 10th. And so on December 10th, this all goes down, and literally Bob puts Daniel on the next flight to LA. Like, he is out there like that. And by January 6th, we have Danderson. Sorry, I have a pimple right here. If I'm like touching it, that's why. We have Danderson makes it to LA, and he is at a Diddy club. And by Diddy club, I mean a club that's a little freaky. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube. And then he also ends up at the Scientology building in LA. And it's suspected in somewhere around this time, it's like late January is where we get the heat of Daniel Larson's scabies. So if you don't know, scabies is a, like, I don't know about skin condition. Maybe it's like a parasite, but they're like these little bugs that crawl under your skin, and they hurt really bad, and they're super itchy, and they're really, really, really contagious. And so, for whatever reason, Daniel just had, well, not for whatever reason, that's caused by, like, disgustingly bad hygiene, and also just, like, being around bugs. And thanks to Daniel's time sleeping in, like, parking garages and just sidewalks, and also porta potties, he got like a bug bite while he was sleeping, and the scabies burrowed into his skin, and it was super itchy and really bad, and it was very obviously scabies. And so he hadn't, by this point, Daniel Larson had been wearing the exact, I have all my notes on here, by the way. Daniel Larson had been wearing the exact same set of clothing for 125 days. Like, that is genuinely disgusting, and it's said to be that he did not shower at all during this period as well. And he would also, his nails, like he was just, Daniel Larson is a genuinely disgusting person, not only with his actions but also like hygiene wise. He is nasty. He's seriously disgusting. His nails, like the underneath of his nails, were so dirty. When he'd scratch his scabies, they'd get more infected and more nasty and disgusting. Yuck. And in LA, he ended up going to the ER to get himself a diagnosis. And he got diagnosed with scabies. And my notes are kind of all over the place, but this is between January 6th and January 19th. Hey, happy January 6th. He went to a Diddy club. Or not, he went to multiple, actually. And he went to the ER to get his diagnosis. And they got him, was it here? No. Okay, January 17th. The wiki has this laid out super confusing, and so I wrote it down in my notes, also really confusing, so I'm kind of just trying to figure this out real quick. But Daniel Larson will end up getting arrested for dining and dashing a cheesecake factory, which is what he does. And his plot armor is so thick, they just literally don't care. By the way, you're going to hear me talk about plot armor. I'll probably mention it a few more times in this video. Plot armor is... My computer's at 5%. Plot armor is when like, Daniel Larson's plot armor specifically is that the universe wants the plot to continue so bad. They literally, like, he just gets away with so much. And we'll see that further on in the series. So Daniel Larson gets tickets to Disney by courtesy of some fans. My computer really at 5%? It is. Okay. Sorry. Daniel Larson gets tickets to Disney, and by courtesy of his fans. I know I already said that. I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't had my ADHD medicine yet, and it's 1:10 a.m. I'm tired. Daniel Larson goes to downtown Disney. Keep in mind, he has scabies. This man has scabies. And this was before he went to the hospital. He got some sort of treatment for it, and his scabies went into remission. So good for him, I guess. But this man has scabies, and scabies is ridiculously infectious. Like, if you're there, it's easily transferable. And he's at downtown Disney. And also, is important to note, Daniel Larson is a PDF file. It's not good that he's at Disney right now. Anyways, he ate a churro in front of a merry-go-round. And by February 13th, he gets a bus ticket to Vegas. And I know that was kind of all over the place, and it's probably going to still continue to be all over the place. But this is just what the wiki's spitting out at me. And I'm just reciting it back to you guys. Because, I don't know, I would have liked reading the wiki with, like, a guide through it. And so I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to be for you guys. I have Vegas broken down by day better. Okay, so February 13th, he makes it to Vegas, and his goal in Vegas is to gamble up enough money to make $3,000 of rent to afford an apartment in Beverly Hills. I don't know where that came from. And on Valentine's Day, I don't know what ends up happening, but he somehow donates 40 cents to a children's hospital, and he's like, I don't remember, he's like screaming at his phone or something, and he met up with some fans, and then he asked a drunk couple to like pay for a motel room for him, but they're like, no, piss off, and then so he didn't. And then by February 15th, somebody found out where he was like sleeping in like some casino, and people found out where he was and called the security on Daniel. And sorry, I feel like it's kind of weird if you can just see my knees a little bit, so I'm putting these back down. And so he got kicked out of this MGM property. And then this February 15th is very eventful for Daniel. He is sleeping in a bathroom at New York, and these security guards like throw him out, and then he claims sexual assault. And while he's ranting about this to some random park security guard at like a public park, he gets kicked out and banned from the public park. and he almost gets arrested, which is shocking that he hasn't gotten arrested more, because the Las Vegas police are not lenient. There's like high crime in Vegas, and they do not mess around. And the way that Daniel was able to get away with so much stuff in Vegas is just befuddling to me. Anyways, he oh yeah, somebody finds Danny at a Hershey World store at an MGM casino, and then while he's already trespassed, and gets him permanently banned. Like, they like take his fingerprints or his biometrics or something, and gets him like banned from MGM. And then after that, he finds nachos that he eats for like $50. Like, what? He spends his last $50 on like nachos. Meanwhile, he's doesn't have anywhere to stay, but a fan found a hotel room. This is confirmed, for $32 at the Strat, and he just didn't go. He got nachos. Like this man is so bad with money, it's insane. Not to mention like the Diddy toys he got and dropped $500 on. Like, how? Like, genuinely what? That's a topic for another time. Sorry, didn't mean to get into that. Okay, February 23rd, this is pretty scary. Daniel Danderson goes missing for 7 days, and we don't hear from him from February 15th to the 23rd. And this is kind of like the Oakland incident. Nobody has seen him out in public, and if he goes offline in Denver, that's whatever, because he's kind of a local celebrity and people know about him. But in a different city, like in Oakland, which I don't end up talking about in this video, but maybe I'll make another video about that. We don't know where he is. Like, he hasn't been seen. He isn't online. He's always online. He's always like streaming, but we haven't seen him anywhere. And some people suspect that he's become a mole, which is actually super interesting. Like, the mole people of Vegas, which is these people who will come here I live here and live in Florida. These people who will go to Vegas on vacation and then will lose all their money, or just poor people in Vegas, and then they'll end up living in these tunnels underneath Vegas, and then at any moment these tunnels could just straight flood, and literally every single person in there would be washed away. And so it's a very interesting thing. Definitely research it. Maybe I'll make a video about that, but that's a whole nother thing. But what ended up happening was Daniel was at a casino that he was probably trespassed from. But anyways, he's at a casino, and two fans come up to him, and they are like talking to him, and then out of nowhere they beat him. And I say they beat him. They fractured his skull, and it was bad. And he went to the hospital to get that treated, and he ends up on a psych hold. Or not psych hold, but he's in a psych hospital for 7 days. That's where he was for the 7 days. And he thinks that the person who stole his... Oh, yeah. And the people who hit him also stole his phone. And he thinks that's Tyrone, who is Grace's alleged boyfriend. Which, Grace Vanderwall, by the way, is like a whole... I need like a whole Daniel Larson exposition video that I'm going to make, so I don't have to explain so many bits. Like, this whole section of my guide, I have that down here, by the way. I just need to make a video about, so that I don't have to keep explaining myself every single time I go to talk about anything else Daniel Larson related. And then on February 27th, Daniel Larson uploads 50 TikTok videos in one day. That is impressive. Like, that's wild. And he dines and dashes at a Dave & Buster's. By March 1st, Daniel threatens to launch fireworks off in a casino. And spoiler alert, with the Daniel Larson story ending, he's now in prison for threatening to blow up a lot of different places. And I'm plugging in my computer. You guys are getting a new angle. Hold on. Sorry, my charger isn't that long. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Daniel Larson, this is a weird angle. I don't know if I like it or not. I want to sit in the middle. Daniel Larson threatens to launch fireworks in a casino, and that gets him arrested because he's like, oh, where's the nearest fireworks shop? And like, oh, how do I get fireworks? I'm going to put him in a casino. And this ends up looking so, like, this arrest for threatening looks so bad in the future for when he's actually going to jail for, like, not potential, possibly 65 years in jail. Like, that's crazy. Um, Anyways, this did not help his case come 2024. And he gets arrested. Well, whoa. The I unfortunately just misspoke because I can't read. He didn't get arrested for the threats. He got arrested for trespassing. But anyways, those threats just did not end up looking good for him come 2024, where he gets arrested. Um, by March 17th, Daniel's on the bus to Phoenix. Also, hold on. I'm having the 5-day gap as Danny's institutionalized. I don't like that, but I'm hot. Sorry. I'm not taking off any clothes, though. Not in a freaky way. I'm not. I'm staying in my heavy clothes because it's a vibe. I have March 2nd through March 14th, Danny's institutionalized, but I also have March 15th through the 23rd, Danny's also institutionalized. So maybe it was both. Or maybe I'm just misremembering. Don't take my word for it. Read the wiki or something. I don't know. I'm doing my best. And then by March 17th, Daniel Larson is on his way to Phoenix, Arizona. And his Arizona arc does not last long. He is here for a hot second. He arrives in Phoenix, and then he stops taking his Latuda, which is schizophrenia medication, because it says it makes him, like, slur his speech. It makes him confused. I don't know. Not good. No, we'll see how bad it gets because of how credible he gets all of these trolls, especially right now, because he's getting death threats. Anyways, he arrives in Phoenix and then gets off his Latuda, and then by March 19th, he makes it to Tucson, Arizona. Mind you, like, to get from Los Angeles to Tucson, those two cities are not close. Los Angeles to Vegas is about 5 hours. Vegas to Phoenix is about 5 hours. Or no, I think LA to Vegas is 4 hours. LA to Vegas is about 4 hours. Vegas to Phoenix is about 5 hours, so now we're at 9. Phoenix to Tucson is about 1 hour, so now we're at 10. And then, we're at 10 hours of Daniel on the Greyhound. Anyways, he makes it to Tucson, and he hangs out with friends, and then he tries to go to Roswell, but then gets death threats. And so he, never mind. I don't know why he wanted to go to Roswell, but I guess whatever. Anyways, he attempts to go to Roswell, but then gets on the wrong bus and goes to El Paso. And this is March 22nd through March 34th. I have March 22nd. March 22nd, he gets on the wrong bus to go to Roswell, and then ends up going to El Paso. And then March 23rd, he makes it to El Paso. And by March 28th, when I have these big gaps, for, these big guys that are coming up, it is Daniel Larson doing nothing interesting. Like, he's playing around at a Walmart. He's going to karaoke. He's literally, having these nothing burger interactions. Like, I don't know. When he was, getting up to naughty stuff, and not naughty stuff like that. When he was, committing crimes in Vegas and stuff, that was funny to me. That was what I'm interested in. Not, he's hiding behind a shopping cart at Walmart and he is eating quesadillas. I don't care. I don't want a quesadilla, you frick. Sorry. March 28th, Daniel Larson goes to Sweetwater, Texas. And I don't know where Sweetwater, Texas is. The Sweetwater, Texas that I found was 9 hours from El Paso. And I doubt that he was going there. Maybe he was. But anyways, he's in Sweetwater. And then he announces that he's going to be collaborating with Playboy Cardi in Atlanta. Literally, they're just straight nothing burgers will be coming up soon. By March 29th, he makes it to San Antonio and then makes it to Houston in one day. That's a long travel day. And by April, okay, March 29th through April 4th, nothing's happening because he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything of substance. Like, he's, like, on TikTok Live and he's dealing with trench foot. Like, that's all that he ever does. Anyways, by April 4th, he makes it to New York and he makes it to Jersey City. And somebody drives him from New York to Jersey City and he's like, I'm in New York, even though he's literally in a different state. But whatever. He's just stupid. And also a creep. And then on that same night, he ends up at a karaoke bar in Brooklyn. Good for Danny. And on April 6th, he meets World of T-Shirts. And by April 11th, he's at American Dream. April 12th, he has a pizza and a beer. Like, he's literally doing nothing. And then there's a gap where nothing interesting happens. Literally, the wiki says it itself. Nothing of substance happens between April 12th and May whatever. And by May 20th, he's back in Colorado. He's literally so boring when he's not doing criminal activity. He's just like, he does nothing except for just sit on TikTok Live and like, Grace Vanderwall, Grace Vanderwall, Grace Vanderwall. Like, he just does nothing ever. It's the weirdest thing. Anyways, like, that's it. That's it. He's back in Colorado. That's it. This is such an anticlimactic ending, considering the fact that in Vegas, he's getting scabies. He's going, and like LA, he's going to Disney, and he's going to the ER. Like, these are like interesting things that he's doing, and then he just does nothing else. These look really like dark and faded. They are bright blue in real life. Hold on, let me see if the. Okay, you can see the color better. I just want to let you guys know these aren't like just like dark gray. Like, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, that's about it. I'm probably not going to edit this video. Guys, look at my quiche folding phone. I know, right? It's so cool. I know. I have to put a case on it. I have to put my case back on it because or else it's going to like shatter and break. Anyways, that's that's about it. I'll see you guys later because I'm probably not even going to edit this video at all either. Simply because I don't feel like it and I'm tired. And if I don't just post it, then I'm probably not going to end up posting it, and I'm running out of room on my computer, so kind of got to do that. So I guess I will see you guys later. Hopefully not at 1:30 a.m. next time. It is 1:25, Tuesday, July 21st. Oh. 1:25, Tuesday, July 31st, or 21st. I have work. Ooh, I need to go to bed. I have work today. I'm so used to my unemployment arc. I haven't worked in a long time. I have to be in at 2:30. I have to be in like 12 hours. In like 13 hours, I have to be in work. Okay. Anyways, good night, guys. I love you.